Welcome to our Create an Impact That Lasts Plexus event. We are so excited that you are here tonight. Thank you really, truly for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that we all have plenty of things that we can be doing in our day, and you showed up for yourself, maybe for a family member, maybe even to support someone that you know that invited you to come tonight. Whatever that is, I know that you are committed on some level to sustainable success for your life. And you were invited by someone that cares deeply for you and for you to have success in your health and your finances so that you can get after what matters most to you in life. Because let's just think about it for a minute. If you are sick or broke, life is a whole lot harder. Am I right? Can you guys hear me okay? Because I feel like I'm hearing some weird feedback in my headphones, but you don't want me to take them out because my kids, well, they are home. Okay. Good. So sometimes as we age, we stop dreaming, right? We stop believing that we can have more fun, more peace, more free. And our commitment tonight is to help you see that your dreams don't have to die. But what if you could create a real impact that lasts? Hold on, more people jumping on here. Here we go. I can do this. I can multitask. That's one of the skills to doing this really well, is being an expert multitasker. Okay. So I want to say welcome, and I want to begin by sharing a little bit more about the culture of our team. We're a group of men and women who believe that you can have as much success as you want as you are willing to grow. Okay, this does take hard work, but we are a team that values personal growth and development, positivity, hard work, big vision, and a healthy lifestyle. We train, we encourage, we cheer for each other in weekly or monthly meetings, and we create a space for grace as you fail forward, because we all know that we are learning as we grow. And I do intentionally say grow, not just go, because this is a growth journey and you get to be better for it as you continue to move forward. So basically our team, on our team, everyone has an opportunity to learn and grow at the pace that you want without judgment and hustle. So a little bit about social selling. Whoopsies. Make sure you're muted. I don't know. Okay. Something about, or did you know, in social selling or network marketing, that it's its own robust economy? This is something that kind of became a revelation. I've been doing this for 5 years, but it became a revelation to me recently in 2020 as the US economy fell, but this industry took a rocket ship, okay, to the moon. I know because our company Plexus had its biggest year yet. Okay, some things that make Plexus an excellent company to consider is that our products focus on gut health, blood sugar balance, and inflammation control. And according to an article from 2020, wellness products are at the top selling category for this industry. Also, 20% of millionaires in the world are in this industry and network marketing. So I want you to know that there is a huge possibility for you to grow as big and as far and as wide as you want to go. The sky really is truly the limit. Something else that I love in this company in particular is that we don't need to keep inventory. When taken consistently, our products are consumable in a month, generating residual income. That's the kind of money that comes in while you're sleeping and you don't have to do anything for it. And you can feel your best while you grow a business as well, because they're health products. You're going to be taking the products yourself. I can't see everybody, so I'm just gonna, if you are jumping on, make sure you mute yourself. Okay, so enough about what I think. I want to hear from two other women that we have jumping on tonight. The first one is Stephanie. She has had massive success in the 7 years that she's been with Plexus. In fact, prior to Plexus, she taught piano and she did side jobs to make extra money. She's been married 12 years, has had one baby when she first started Plexus, and then she birthed 3 more while building a business. So all you mamas that are like, I got babies, I can't do this, Stephanie's gonna be here to prove you wrong, because girl is showing up. So Stephanie, let's bring you on here. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yes.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. I want to cut straight to the chase. I want to hear, how did you fit this business model into your family?
Honestly, when it came to me, like I said, I had one baby and I was really praying for something, and God brought this along and I was like, okay, so this is pretty cool. I can find time to do this. And so now when I tell people that, everybody's going to be different. Like literally everybody's going to be different. But if you had, say, a job and you work from home as I don't know, teaching children English or something, you would have to find the time for it. That is your time slot. You get paid once you complete those hours. It's the same thing with this. And so just finding those times, whether it's at nap time and being like, all right, the baby went down, it is work time right now. Like, go put on a little cartoon, whatever, go outside and play. Like, this is mama's work time. And just being intentional with finding the time, because this job is great, but you have to work to get paid. And I think some people have that concept of like, well, I'm just going to sign up and, people are going to put people underneath me and I'm going to be making thousands of dollars. And then it doesn't happen for them and they become disillusioned. And it's like, no, this is a job just like anything else. When you treat it like a job, when you have those intentional hours through the week, they don't have to be a lot, but when you make the time and you are consistent with it, it's going to give you a return. So nap times for me, after babies went to bed, it's shifted through the years, before they got up. So just being flexible in the flow and seasons and finding that space. And it's been so cool to always be able to adjust my work schedule to what my family needed right then.
All I'm hearing is time flexibility. That's which is a dream scenario for a mom, especially that wants to be with their kids. Tell me then, what did you have to overcome to pursue this as a business? What were maybe some of your concerns getting started as a business?
So the person that signed me up was Elizabeth. You're going to get to hear from her too. She's like, okay, like you're liking these products, Stephanie, maybe you should just post about it on social media. And I was like, girl, I post maybe 4 times a year, 4 times a year, like no social media presence whatsoever. When my first child was born, I did her first welcome to the world post, and I got 11 likes. It was that bad. 11 likes and 3 comments. Like, I'm not kidding when I said I had no social media presence. So that was a really big thing for me. And I was like, how can I talk about selling something when I'm not even on here like sharing my life? And so that was something else that I got intentional about, and just learning and growing and being coachable and being okay with being uncomfortable. Even when you know that something is right for you and it's the best thing and like God brought this to you and you're supposed to do it, it doesn't mean it's always going to feel fuzzy. Like, you're still going to have sweaty pits. So that was a thing. I definitely had to grow my social influence. And it's so fun to be able to teach other people to do that now too, because I'm like, I know where you were. I was there. So we have come on this journey together, and I can help people do that now. It's pretty awesome.
I love that. Okay, so social media, you don't have to have a huge social media game to be successful at this. You just can learn how to do that as you go. I love it. How have these products aligned with your personal values?
I honestly am so impressed. Like, the more and more that I learn just about health, about gut health, about inflammation, these are not even in natural, like my family has been into holistic and whole body wellness, like mind, soul, spirit, all of that good crunchy jazz, even before it was kind of cool. Okay. So coming to this, we were like, this is some capsules and a drink that actually tastes good. How is this going to be better than what we're already doing? And the more I dug into it, the more I found, and I was just so impressed with how top notch they are and how they work on core, root, foundational things. And when you can start there at the foundation, everything else just goes so much smoother, instead of being like, okay, you're exhausted all the time. Well, let's work on your adrenals or whatever. Like, it's no. Get to the base level here and then work up. And it's awesome. So I love that. It's like, get to the root of the problem so that you're not just putting band-aids on everything. Even if they're good band-aids of herbs, like, still get to the root. And that's what Plexus does.
Yes, which blew me away too. When I started the products, I had no idea what to expect, and they work, which
Yep.
does help your business grow when your products actually do what they say they're going to do. So what do you think it's going to take for someone to be profitable at this, or what did it take for you to be profitable?
It took the mindset of, like I said, like knowing like, hey, you have to get real. Like, do you want hobby money or do you want real money?
Mhm.
You know, and I'm talking $300, $500 a month. You're still going to have to put intentional time in. You can't just work it, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. That's not going to give you the same energy. That's not going to give yourself the same belief that, hey, I'm serious about this. So finding the time, getting intentional with it, and being consistent. And then also, again, being coachable, being willing to be uncomfortable. That those are huge things. And when you have that and you're willing to be coached and you're willing to do things differently than maybe you've done it before, there's really, you set the limit on where you go.
I love that. I'm hearing I have control of my pay raise.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And then, okay, there's a couple more questions. What do you love most about Plexus?
It's been there's so many things.
I
Like
know, with
looking
7
back
years,
over
that's a lot.
7 years, and if I could go back and like talk to baby Stephanie and be like, oh, like don't quit. It's gonna be so worth it. Like all the different things that are gonna come along, that's gonna grow you, and all the experiences you're gonna have, and all of the options that it's going to bring to your everyday life. It just kind of gives me chills. It's so worth it. I love everything about, we have a great culture. We collaborate together. Kelly and I and Liz, we're not all on the same team, but we work together, and it's not like a competitive, gross energy. We're all supportive. It's been fantastic. And not every company, I promise you, not every company is like that. So our people are really cared for by the executives. Our products work. They listen to us. They do what is best for a long-term company, not just for like quick win. We're going to be here 5 years and gone. Like, no, we're legacy. We're going places. I love it.
I love it. Any last minute things that you would say to someone who might be scared about getting started today?
Time goes real fast. Time goes real fast, and it's just going to keep going. So if you want to do something and you're not happy and you're not content with where you at, and you're supposed to do something more, you need to just get started, because you're never going to feel perfectly prepared. The timing is never going to be absolutely perfect. Like, oh, kids are out of school now, I have to take care of them. Well, you know what? Come fall, oh, kids are getting back into school, I have to get back into that routine, and we're going to have all these games and here and there. There will always be something coming up in life. So just do it.
I love it. And I could not agree more, because all we have is now. That's the only time we've been given. We literally have learned very tangibly that we don't have a promise of tomorrow, and Lord knows we can't repeat the past. All you have is right now. Great. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Okay, now I'm going to bring on Elizabeth. She's been with Plexus over 8 years. Prior to Plexus, she worked with a ministry that paid $20,000 a year. She had a side photography and an eBay business. But when she started Plexus, she started dating her husband. They lived in Tennessee, got engaged, got married, moved 5,000 miles to a brand new area with a whole new network of people, which is where they built their dream home, paid it off, now are debt-free. How many of y'all want to be debt-free? Hello, have 3 kids, and were able to retire her husband. Elizabeth, let us bring you on, sister.
Hey, Kelly, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here with y'all.
So excited. Thank you. Tell us a little bit of what you had to overcome pursuing this as a business. What were maybe some of your concerns when you got started?
When I started, I was praying for a plan B, and I felt like God brought Plexus into my life, but no one in my area did network marketing. Everybody either owned their own business or worked for someone that owned their own business. And so for me to sit there and come out and say, hey, I'm doing network marketing, everybody's like, Liz, are you crazy? And I'm like, you guys, this is legit. And they were like, and they all kind of laughed at me. And now those people are diamond ambassadors on my team. And so it
What does
just,
diamond
it's
mean? Hold on really quick. What's diamond mean?
so, okay. Yeah, sorry. So diamond is the top rank in the company. You're making about $429,000 per year is the annual average income with that. So, did they say yes right away? No. And that's okay. It had to be their timing. It wasn't my timing, and that's okay. And so, you have to give people grace and just let it just ride out. And so I still loved them. I was still their friend. And when they were ready, they said yes. And so I think the biggest objection for me to overcome was to be okay that not all of my network, like my friends and family jumped on right away. And it was
Mm.
okay. I like fell in love with the products. I fell in love with the business. And I learned about the culture of Plexus. And I was like, oh my word, this is a gold mine. Like, you guys, like, once you see this, and I had the belief, guys. And like, I mean, I fell in love with the products, fell in love with the business. And so I had the belief. So even though they weren't like 100%, they were like, okay, that's great for you, Liz. But and so it took a little bit. And then once they saw it, they jumped on. And now everyone in my area back in Tennessee is all like running with the business, and they are just moving mountains. And it's like, I am so thankful that I didn't let their lack of belief stop me. And
Mm.
so, that is one of like, the biggest things. And got to do it with my mom, and I almost didn't sign up. It was my mom that said, Liz, let's do this together. And so that is what, so I mean, grab your best friend, grab your mom, and do it together. It's so much more fun.
Yeah, I love that you even highlighted that you didn't let their lack of belief stop you from pursuing
Mhm.
this. I feel like that's so essential. Where would we be if we relied on other people's belief? We need to channel that ourselves. I love that. So, how did this company itself like align with your personal values? I know we talked about products aligning with Stephanie's values, but what about the company? How did that align with your values?
Um, when I really was like digging into the company, I signed up, jumped in, and with both feet went to my first convention a few months, 3 weeks before I got married and moved across the country. And when I started digging into like the company and went to convention and heard like the integrity that they had, and just, like how, like, if you're blessed to be a blessing, like that's my motto in life. I worked for ministry, I didn't make much money, but I was okay with that. I chose not to pursue college, and so to see like, you know, to see someone that aligns like in the business world with what you believe, like on a personal level, was just mind blowing. And I was like, I can get behind this, because if someone doesn't align with with your core beliefs, loyalty, integrity, those type of things, then, you can't align with them. And so I felt like it fit so well. It was a perfect fit. And so I could, stand behind them, stand behind their products, and know that they have my back. And so and so I'm willing to go to bat for them against, people that don't have that sold out belief. And so that is really what sold me, is going to that convention, my first convention, like 4 months after I joined.
I love that. And I miss convention. COVID has taken that from us, but it will come back because it does. You get to see like the big picture, the energy of it. And yes, the integrity, you get to hear a lot of that even from on stage. I love it. What do you love most about Plexus?
The relationships. By far, it's the relationships. It is, I mean, I'm a relationship driven person. And I think that is one reason that, my business has flourished, is because I pour into relationships. And so, I am not good at sales. I don't consider myself a salesperson. I don't consider myself a great salesperson. I love relationships and I love serving people. And so, don't feel like you need to have all these like, oh, I need their skills or those skills, just who are you and who did God create you to be, and lean into that person, and you will flourish. Your business will flourish. And I've had to grow. But yes, I think that I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry, Kelly.
That's okay. I mean, you do have to grow. Like, what would
Mm.
kind of piggybacking off of that, like, what do you think it's going to take to be profitable in this business? I know Stephanie kind of answered that. Would there be anything else
Yeah.
that you would add to that?
I think, obviously being willing to be uncomfortable and to step outside of that comfort zone. And I think is huge. I think being willing to be coachable, to try something different, to do something different, I think are all ways. And I think to serve people. I think you really need to, to be profitable, you need to be serving people. You need to be serving your audience, and they will come around. That trust. I mean, you have friends and family that trust you, that believe in you. And so if you said, hey, I want to try, I'm going to jump in with this business and I want you guys to do it with me, you have that, you have those people that will link arms and do this with you. And so, and you can build this to $200, $300, $500, $1,000, $10,000 a month, you decide. It's your decision. It's all in how much are you willing to step outside of that comfort zone.
So speaking of that comfort zone, what would you tell someone who is just on the edge and not sure? They're kind of scared to step out. This feels a little uncomfortable. I don't know if I should jump into this. A discomfort is like right at the precipice, right? What would your advice be for them?
I would say just do it. I mean, honestly, I look back and I think I am so thankful that I didn't, like, if you're skeptical, it's okay to be skeptical. I was skeptical. I'm sure Kelly was skeptical. I know Stephanie was skeptical. I mean, like, we were all there. The thing is we didn't stay there. That's the difference. And so you have to decide, am I going to stay there in that, skeptical, unsure, or am I going to step out? Because I know for myself that when I am uncomfortable and I am like, something scares me, I know that I have to do it, because if I don't, I'm going to regret it. And then I'm going to be like, oh, I should have done that, because, and then you have FOMO. Like, FOMO is way worse than, like, I mean, than being skeptical, in my opinion. So I think you just need to jump in and do it. And then I really encourage you to lock arms with someone else and do it together. I think that is like the best thing about doing this business, is that you get to do it with people that you love. And your friends and your family, those people that, like, let's do this together. So
absolutely. I mean, statistically, we are 80% more likely to succeed at anything, whether it's a diet plan, exercise, or starting a business, if you are doing it with people, like with accountability in play, because we are not meant to do things alone. So I totally agree with that. Thank you so much, Liz. Thanks, Stephanie. Thank you both for sharing your stories. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Why Plexus? Why now? Let me make this better. Okay. Here's what it looks like to take the next step, right? It's only $9.95 to start this business. Did you know that? I don't know any business that is only $10. And you also will want to grab one of our best-selling combos to get you started on your own health journey. We find more people find success with this business when they are a product of the product. We have simple systems and a community that'll get you started on the right foot, that will allow you to feel authentic to yourself and your values without having to cold message your friends that you haven't talked to in 10 years. And right now, when you find your first 3 friends that we were just talking about to join you on this journey, you can make an easy $400. What could an extra $400 do for your budget this month? Or maybe $500 or $1,000 this month or more? I want you to start dreaming again about the impact that you can create that lasts. There is no risk. Okay, you're not going to go into debt over this. Let's say, it doesn't work. At the very least, you will learn something more about yourself. At the very least, you might help your mom or sister or cousin or friend get over their health issues that they had before. The risk really will be stepping out of your comfort zone. And if you're a person that's looking to grow in your personal growth and development as a leader, even in your friendships, in your communication skills, all of that, like, this is an opportunity for you to get started. and get started on that journey. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. Truly so excited for you to begin your journey. The next step is to simply reach out to the person that invited you tonight and tell them, I am ready to begin my journey. I might be scared. I may have just peed a little, but you are ready to do it. Okay. Have a great night. Thanks for jumping on, everybody.